Hello everyone, welcome to Healthy and Creative Living. Today I'm going to show you how to save seeds from your tomatoes, in this case cherry tomatoes. First off, I want to tell you that it's best to pick a couple of tomatoes from the most healthy and strongest plants in your garden. So in this case I've picked 3 cherry tomatoes from the strongest plants that I have. It's going to be plenty of seeds in here, probably for about 50 or 60 plants. So you really don't need more than 2 or 3 tomatoes. If you're saving seeds from large tomatoes, you might need a little bit more because cherry tomatoes actually have quite a bit more seeds than their bigger counterparts do. So for this process, you're going to need a bowl, a cup of water, a mason jar, some saran wrap, elastic band, and a knife. So what you need to do is grab your cherry tomatoes or whichever tomatoes you have and just make a little cut right at the top. You can make a little cross even, and you're just going to want to squeeze it out into your bowl. Be careful, it might burst. There we go. Squeeze it all out. You're going to see there's lots of seeds coming out along with some flesh of the tomatoes. Just going to put it here and you grab another one. Again, make a cut right at the top of the tomato. And squeeze out. There's lots and lots of seeds. There we go, and I'll do one more, just so we have nice variety of different seeds from different plants. And make a little cross at the top, a tiny one, you don't need to make a big one, and squeeze. Whoops, that was a good burst. There we go. All done. Now, let me just wipe my hands. So you're going to see that we have quite a bit of seeds in there, along with some juice. Next, you want to pour all this into a jar. And most people say that you need to pour equal amount of water into these seeds. So if you have this much seeds, you would put exactly the same amount of water in there, so they're equal parts. I find that if I put a little bit less than what I have here, it actually ferments a bit faster. So what is going to happen is in about 7 to 10 days time, this is going to ferment along with your water and form a little bit of mold at the top. And after that's done, you're going to have to rinse these seeds and dry them. And I'm going to show you that once we actually are at that stage with a little bit of a mold at the top. But for now, all you need to do is put a little bit of water. In my case, it's probably going to be 1 teaspoon of water, because I roughly have about 2 teaspoons of seed and juice in there. So 1 teaspoon of water. Give it a good mix. Cover it with your cling wrap. There we go. Just put an elastic on top. And you do need to make a couple of holes at the top. Probably just 2 would be enough. Don't make them too big because then the flies are going to get in there. You don't want that. So 2, maybe 3 little holes. And you want to leave this on a sunny windowsill. You don't want this in direct sunlight, but you definitely need some light and some warmth in order for the fermentation process to start. So do leave it on the windowsill for about 7 to 10 days. And in a second, I'll show you what you need to do next once you have grown some mold on top of these seeds. Now that our tomato seeds have fermented, as you can see, it has a bit of a mold, quite a bit of a black and whitish mold at the top, and seeds at the bottom. So what we have to do now, we just have to rinse those. So you can open your jar up, take your strainer, and just start your water. And you can actually pour some water in here. It might be a bit hard to break through the mold, so I'm just going to grab a spoon and just dump this out. It looks a bit gross, kind of like a jelly. Make sure you get everything out. And you can see that the seeds have separated from the kind of this jelly mess right over here. Make sure you get them off of the moldy part. And just throw that off. And you can see that there's a bit of seeds over here. It's more than enough for me. That's probably about 20 plants in here. So you just continue rinsing until you can see that your seeds are nice and clean, don't have any mold or any tomato pulp on them. I think that's it. We rinsed them pretty well. So now all you have to do is just get them onto your paper towel. If you have a lot of seeds, you can probably just dump them on top of the paper towel and you're done. I don't have that much, so I can just grab them with my fingers, put them in here. Again, last year I made so many seeds, it was almost too much. So this year I decided to make just enough for my garden. There we go. I think I got all of them. So as you can see, they're right on here. You can dry them, pat them, and later on you can transfer these seeds onto a plastic plate or any plastic lid from a yogurt or a glass plate. I find that they don't stick to the plastic as they do to the glass, just a tiny bit. So you want to put them on one of those surfaces and let them dry on the windowsill for the next 7 days. Make sure that they're completely dry. When they're dry, you can double check. You can actually press with your nail on one of the seeds and it will make a crunchy noise. That's how you know that your seeds have completely dried out. And you can transfer them to your paper envelope and save them for the next gardening season. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions or comments, please give me a shout. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.